America great. He's a disgrace, and that's why everyone is here. That's why I'm here.
President Trump is in London this morning, and he is receiving less than a warm welcome from demonstrators there. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Gary Shapiro.
And I'm Corey Rose. More on the planned protest and the president's visit in just a minute.
Okay.
Are you a citizen?
Yes, I am a citizen.
Are you a United States citizen?
Can you please get away from me?
A man caught harassing a woman for wearing a shirt with a Puerto Rican flag is facing felony charges. The officer she called to help is now off the job.
First, we're talking about drought here in Colorado. A new drought monitor released Thursday shows 77% of the state is considered to be in a drought. Everything you see in tan is moderate drought. The dark red in southern Colorado is considered exceptional drought. Good morning, I'm Christina Well, along with meteorologist Marty Caniglio. Considering how hot and dry it's been, I don't think too many people are surprised by that map, but is there any relief coming soon?
There is some in parts of central and southwestern Colorado today.
All right, this is a live look today from London, where protesters are flying this giant blimp of America's president depicted as a baby. The blimp is 20 feet high, cost $13,000 to pull off. Protesters say they will fly it today during an anti-Trump march and rally. The president is aware of the balloon and the protests. NBC News is reporting he'll likely avoid London, where the protests are happening. NBC's Jay Gray is traveling with the president and has the latest.
Just after landing in London,
President Trump traveled to Scotland this afternoon, where he'll spend the weekend at his golf resort in Turnberry before traveling to Helsinki, Finland, for a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Dozens of students on board a school bus are recovering from this crash you see. As of 10 o'clock last night, we were aware of 18 to 27 people taken to at least 3 hospitals following that wreck. 9 News reporter Anusha Roy has more.
All the kids that were on this bus are in high school.
That was Anusha Roy reporting. Over the summer, the student recovery program focuses on language, arts, and math. Many of the kids come from lower income families. We found the truck that crossed the median is with road safe traffic systems, and there were 29 people in all involved in that crash.
9 Wants to Know has been looking into Road Safe Traffic LP. That's the company that operates that truck. It is a Denver-based company that has almost 1,100 vehicles and 500 drivers. Records from the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration found 14 accidents in the past 2 years involving that company. A driver who was driving the same truck involved in the crash yesterday was cited for speeding 15 miles an hour over the speed limit back in 2017. Now, we don't know if that's the same driver who was behind the wheel yesterday or not.
Now, the silver lining here is the worst injuries are considered non-life threatening. First responders took patients to 3 hospitals. 9 News reporter Sonia Gutierrez is at Children's Hospital, Colorado, where some were sent. We're going to check in with her coming up on 9 News at 5 o'clock. Again, we know 29 people were hurt, 26 of those being students. 6 are at Children's Hospital, Colorado in Aurora. 17 are at North Colorado Medical Center. 5 of 6 patients at Platte Valley Medical have been released.
Happening today, students who survived the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shooting will be here in Denver. They're going to speak at a special forum to end gun violence later today. 15 of their classmates and 2 of their teachers were killed back in February when a student opened fire on their campus. Since then, the students have launched the National March for Our Lives Road to Change tour. The Secret Service has issued new guidance on how to possibly stop school shootings. The report is a response to the high school shooting in Parkland, Florida, just mentioned. The Secret Service recommends schools set up threat teams, a group of teachers, coaches, counselors, police, and mental health experts. They would handle reports of threats and monitor their social media activity to see if somebody could potentially turn violent. We reached out to several Colorado districts and school leaders. The School Safety Resource Center says many districts here already have these so-called threat teams in place. Some started after the shooting at Columbine many years ago. Now, the Resource Center says many states turn to Colorado on how to improve school safety. The center even sends some workers to train other districts across the country.
It is 4:38 right now. Denver police are looking for this man in connection to the death of Reese Grant Cobb. He is 19-year-old Aviante Evans. Police say that he may be armed and dangerous. 17-year-old Grant Cobb was stabbed earlier this month near Colfax and Pearl. Investigators are looking for 2 others, including Evans. They have already caught 1 person. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 720-913-STOP. You could get a reward. You do not have to give your name. The man accused of starting the spring fire west of Levita officially faces 141 counts of arson. Jesper Jorgensen is back in court, will be back in court in August. Investigators say Jorgensen didn't properly put out a fire pit last month and didn't take long for the fire to burn out of control. He is from Denmark. He is believed to be in the country illegally. The spring fire has burned more than 108,000 acres in Castilla and Huérfano counties. It has destroyed more than 130 homes. According to court records, one possible victim works for the 12th Judicial District, which covers those counties. So every judge who would have heard Jorgensen's case disqualified themselves to avoid a conflict of interest. A judge from outside the district will take on this case.
Getting dressed in the morning is not something most of us think too much about. For some people with physical and developmental disabilities, it's one of the first challenges in each day full of them. Helping people dress with dignity and style is the work of a woman from Denver. We meet her through the lens of photojournalist Mike Grady.
So we have a magnetic dress shirt. It was designed by a woman named Maura Horton for her husband who had Parkinson's.
Alexander will have her first pop-up store this fall in Manhattan. Everything down to the height of the racks will be designed for accessibility. She's hoping to arrange for a pop-up store in Denver soon.
You should not be wearing that in the United States of America.
Okay.
This man is facing felony charges after harassing a woman for her t-shirt. We're going to have the story after the break.
The ACLU is proposing a plan to reunite 12 children with their now deported parents within a week's time. The families were separated at the southern border. The ACLU filed a proposal in court on Thursday saying the clock should start ticking as soon as parents get travel documents for the child. Now, the Trump administration says it's hard to determine how much time reunification will take, and it should be done on a flexible schedule. Both sides are due back in court today to work that out. Detaining children has morphed into a nearly $1 billion a year industry. The Associated Press says that is a tenfold increase over the past decade. Health and Human Services grants for detaining unaccompanied and separated children soared from about $75 million in 2007 to $950 million in 2017. Right now, more than 11,000 are housed in 90 facilities in 15 different states.
This man caught berating a woman over her shirt in Chicago is facing felony hate crime charges. Timothy Tribus will be in court for a bond hearing today. He was recorded telling a woman she could not wear a shirt with a Puerto Rican flag on it. He also asked her if she was a citizen of the United States repeatedly. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, and the people living there are citizens. The woman called police, who failed to intervene.
Officer, can you please? I'm renting this area, and he's harassing me about the shirt that I'm wearing. Officer, I feel highly uncomfortable. Can you please grab him?
The officer in the video has since resigned due to backlash over his failure to act in the situation.
The Thai Navy SEAL team that saved that soccer team from a flooded cave received a hero's welcome home. They returned to their base on Thursday. This team was among the first searchers to penetrate the watery cave where the 12 boys and their coach had been trapped for more than 2 weeks. The complex mission involved rescuers from Thailand, the United States, Britain, Australia, and other countries. The boys and their coach all survived, and they're going to be in quarantine still for a couple of days. Doctors say they are in good health, though, considering what they went through. The Centers for Disease Control is warning you not to have Honey Smacks cereal for breakfast today. Last month, the company recalled more than 1 million cases of the cereal over salmonella contamination. The Food and Drug Administration says it has reports that some stores are still selling it. At least 100 people in 33 states got salmonella poisoning after eating the Honey Smacks. 30 of the people were hospitalized, no deaths reported. Colorado and Florida are the latest states to report illnesses, though.
I mean, of course, it's for the girls. It's definitely worth it with that value. She's only $1.
That was the attitude of a lot of parents who took their chances for Build-A-Bear's Pay Your Age promotion. In the Denver area, lines wrapped all around the Park Meadows Mall. One mom says that she got there at 7:30 in the morning, didn't get to leave with her bears until 11:30 at night, but She says it was worth it. Well, no, yeah, 11:30 in the morning, I think, 7:30 to 11:30. Anyway, she said it was all worth it. Others weren't as lucky. They did get vouchers, though, that are good through August 31st of this year.
The lines were insane.
Yeah, well, pay your own age. You know, $29 for most people.
I mean, they knew that was going to happen.
Right.
Because those bears can be expensive.
I don't
and
think
they're
that they
popular.
realized how wildly popular it was going to be, though.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think they had to call it off just because the lines were so long and it was so
Inventory
crazy.
was low. They were running out of merchandise.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know, it's Friday the 13th. After the break, we're going to look into why so many folks fear this date.
It's Friday the 13th. The date is known as a day to expect bad luck, but why is that? We looked into it. History.com says the fear of Friday the 13th comes first from the number 13. In biblical tradition, 13 guests attended the Last Supper. Based on that tradition, it's considered a bad omen or even courting death to have 13 people at a table. The dinner was said to happen on Thursday, of course, the next day, Friday, when Jesus was crucified. So in Christianity, Friday is also supposed to be the day that Eve gave Adam the apple from the tree of knowledge. So wherever the superstition came from, though, plenty of folks out there, you guys have opinions on it. Share your superstitions with us using the hashtag #BeyondNine.
I like one viewer. She said, "Yeah, it's Friday the 13th, but it's still Friday. So how bad can it be?" Right?
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I'm totally.
What's wrong with that?
I'm totally with that.
Just don't walk under any ladders or let any black cats cross your path. You'll be fine.
Just to be safe.
Right.
No broken mirrors.
That's right. All right.
Ooh, there is a broken mirror on set
There
here.
is.
Uh-oh.
But it's been broken for a while.
But maybe
That
it's different
explains some of
meeting
our
today.
newscasts.
Good point. Well, you guys will know if things go bad here, so keep watching 9 News in the morning. Okay.
You don't have to travel far to get one of the best burgers in the U.S. TripAdvisor lists Backdoor Grill in Steamboat Springs as number 8 on their list of best burger places in the country. The site used millions of reviews to come up with the list. Backdoor Grill has a full menu of classic burgers. Then they get fancy with what they call new school burgers. Included on that list is the Dirty Harry. It comes with peanut butter, a fried egg, bacon, hash browns, and cheddar cheese. It's served on a glazed donut with powdered sugar.
That sounds kind of up your alley.
Oh my.
That's like all your favorite foods on one.
I just like them separate though.
Yeah.
You know?
Can you imagine how many calories are in that?
That's when you just forget about it.
Yeah. No.
Today is also
guess
National
so.
Friday, y'all. Of course I know that.
There you go.
That's my language.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.